Hello, hello. Hey, good evening, everybody. Let me turn this down. I did not feel much like doing a stream tonight, but it was for Sebastius to lure me into. Hey, not Dan. Cool of you to join, man. I really enjoy your streams as well. Um, So was not very into hosting a stream, but Sebastius lured me into doing one. He said, "What can we do tonight?" So actually, we will be doing a stream. Um, so a couple of stuff that happened. I ordered this thing from Japan. So let me see if I can put it on the microscope. Where is it? Microscope, where are you? Uh, second screen. So this is actually a CO2 head. So there's two sides to it. It's a CO2 sensor and should have one. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. So this is the envelope that they ship them in. So this is the device itself, and it allows you to sense CO2, so not CO, which is the stuff that kills you when you're not heating stuff correctly, but this is actually the stuff that you exhale. But if there's too many people in a room, this really infects your health. Won't be able to think properly. So it is good to monitor this. And I saw on Twitter that someone created a case for it. This case, why am I so blurry? Let's get back to this one. And where's my webcam? Config your video. Come on, we can do better than that. I'm not like a meter. No, it's automatic stuff. Never good. Yeah, closer, closer, closer. Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is actually helping. Okay, this is better. Necessary censorship. Yeah, if you're looking on Periscope, the quality is better, as well as the time between me talking and you listening. So I think it differs even half a minute. So go Twitch. So this is the device which contains this thing, and the cool thing is that you can connect it to an M5. So what you can do is this has pins. So you can connect it, and maybe I can turn it on. Does it still have enough juice? Ah, I need to. Let's do it. I need to create some code for it. So yeah. So what we need to do, yeah, is connect to the M5 stack. And they have a piece of what was it again? flow.m5stack.com. Where are we? Here. And switch to a different view. second screen, this one. Hey, Zawadi. And I think I even made a backup load. So where is it? This one, earlier this week. So go to the Python code. Okay, load 3K. This one then. So I first need to enter the proper API key. And I also need to say what device it is. And if I upload this, no module named module. This is the LoRa one. This is actually not the one that I created. Where did I save it? Come on. This is saving, loading. Let me see where I put it. Earlier this week, today, last month. Oh. Put it on the desktop maybe. No. So I have to find the original CO2 head. Let's say YOLO find it. CO2 head M5 stack. This one. Okay, this is it. GitHub. And this is the 0 point, and this is the ambient. So this is the code actually, raw. Copy. Go to M5 flow, go to Python, copy this and run. So switching back to this one. Now go to the second screen. Barely readable. Maybe if I turn this down. This is sensor. This is where the text should be. Bring it a little bit down. For some reason, this is barely readable. Okay, and if I put it like this, yeah, this will work. Hey, crazy. Yeah, someone has that FCC call sign. Yeah, I was thinking about. So I need to go to the webcam. Actually, if not, Pike is doing a lot of cool stuff on the radio. So is this readable? Not that much. So it's stating 903 particles per million, I think, ppm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We got to get him to stream. I will definitely listen to him. He's doing so much cool stuff, like Do Not Call the Cops, the circuit board, and his uh, antennas that he created with the furry art, uh, and now the relaying of the pagers. Yeah, I'm a big fan of him. So that's the thing that I got myself, and there's something else. I got myself this. So this is a hard drive, and it's a 10 terabyte hard drive. It states it somewhere, probably somewhere on the side. And I had a machine, an old the backup disk, yeah. And I had a machine that was running VMware and Windows 2003, and you can get the source for it online nowadays. Um, and that contained some old movies for the kids, and some old ESOs, and yeah, some stuff from the past. So I didn't even need it anymore. So didn't use it for a while. But I thought, well, why not revive this machine and turn that? I think even, let me see, M5. So or Instagram.com. Jilles.com. Will it work? That will actually work. So this is the old machine. So it had hardware SCSI inside, hardware rate controller PERC, and 2 terabyte disk, so quite a lot of storage. And I thought, well, this will be my future Rainbow Tables machine. Maybe some hacking stuff to do, some hash getting. But I need to clean this disk. So I bought this 10 terabyte disk, backuped everything on this disk, and then decided to back up some more since it was 10 terabytes. So I moved some stuff around. And then I went on a holiday last week, the one with the squirrels. And I decided last minute that I wanted to bring a laptop since I got this. So a new EA read a tweet of mine that I was thinking I was not good enough for doing hardware hacking. Yeah, mainly because the stuff that I do is basic stuff. If I see other people doing hardware hacking, so I wanted to learn some more. Get some more up-to-date knowledge. So one thing that I'm not good in is reballing. So I did some soldering. Uh, it's something that you feel. So it's not that someone said it, but like the stuff that I do is the stuff that I teach kids. So it's yeah, not feeling secure. Yeah. That's very kind of you. But it's like, yeah, these days, um, yeah, really fuck you up, so to say. So I was like doubting myself, and I was, yeah, looking for answers online. So there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. Don't know a lot about RS485, don't know a lot about CAN bus, don't know a lot about glitching, don't know a lot about power analysis. And yeah, these are things that in my mind are destined for people that have a higher education and went to university. Well, I did not. So I was kicked out of my house on my 17th and started working at that day. So I have a lot of working experience, but not as much educational background. So yeah, uh, no, that's right. Crazy saying that if you can teach stuff, means you're able to teach. Um, if you're able to explain children and children are very honest, then you really have to know what you're talking about. Otherwise, you would not get away with it. Where adults probably say, "Ah, he will probably know it," while children will start asking questions and not stop before they have an answer. But in fact, I got a mail from Neo AE, the company that makes the Chip Whisperer, and I've been promoting the Chip Whisperer like in every presentation I ever did on hardware hacking, because these are the people that really know how to do the more complex side channel analysis, tempest attacks, but I've never worked with it. And they told me that they liked my story. One of the founders had a similar background, and yeah, he would really want to help me. And the way he want to help me is by offering me their commercial training for doing differential power analysis, where if you are able to create 40 key instructions on a certain algorithm, you're able to read the key itself. That requires hardware. And hey, Arun, good man, good to see you join. Um, and they said they even included the hardware as well, and they have different models. So that there's one model that's 50 euros, and there's one that's 250, and they scale up to 8,000 euros. So depending on what you want, like you can analyze certain glitches, like certain spikes. So if you have like a cheaper model, you will be able to differentiate into different spikes. While if you have the more advanced model, you will be even able to differentiate patterns. So it can recognize a certain pattern and can see it repeat. So that's obviously much more expensive. So I asked them if I could pay some extra to have the more advanced model. And they said, I don't know what you mean. And it turned out that they were already sending me the advanced model. So this device is now in two parts, but whenever they ship it, they ship it in one part. And what I did is I soldered like pin headers and other stuff to it. So this is the chip whisperer, and this is the target. And there's different targets. So this is an STM32, and there's like one device for, and I have to measure, and the other one for glitching. So you could like get this one separate to connect like other devices. So I think they even have 23 different targets that you can use. So whenever you're trying to glitch a certain device, you can practice first with a test device to see how that works. No, I did not try the small chip whisperer one, but as I'm hosting hardware hacking training as well, we will be creating an advanced hardware hacking, and that will definitely include the small chip whisperer as part of the assignments. And the cool thing is that they, hey, if you're ready, you can join the Zoom call, and yeah, we'll have you in the stream as well. Maybe we'll have to. Oh, you are on Zoom. Why do I not see you? Oh, I have to admit you. Okay. So, do I have audio? I hear you, but the people probably don't. No, maybe this one. Can you hear Sebastius?
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
I can hear you as well. And I
Cool.
think the people should be. You can hear yourself on Twitch?
I'm not testing that at the moment. Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, yeah. Thumbs up. Hi, Sebastius. Yeah. So
Cool.
you're in the stream as well. I was explaining
Nice.
about the chip whisperer that I got, and I broke it into parts, soldered pin headers to it, so I'm
Yeah.
able to do other stuff than the target that they have.
Yeah.
So Arun was just saying, do you have experience with the small chip whisperer? It's like the one that's 50 euros. I do not, but if I complete the training, I will definitely buy a kit of those for hosting hardware hacking advanced
Mm-hmm.
to do that. But do you have experience with it, Arun?
No, I have no experience
Ah,
with the chip whispers. I have followed along a workshop by Alyssa Milburn, also known as Notebaffel,
yeah,
who did side channel, and I think power line or something glitching. I
yeah,
can't remember. With an Arduino, really a low cost board, costs about €5
yeah,
make, and that's it was fun. Except that my MacBook didn't support it natively, so I tried in a VM, and that was too slow. So I
yeah,
had zero success with it, but it is cool to be able to do analysis of that kind.
yeah. Yeah, and I think analysis requires some more advanced hardware. Well, if you do like power glitching, an Arduino, even an Uno is enough to
Mm-hmm.
do power glitching combined with a MOSFET to skip certain instructions. And I think even
Yep.
a riskier made like an example of that. And by the way, if you're into this, Live Overflow has been hosting a lot of very cool videos about glitching and using the chip whisperer as well. Cool to have you on the stream. So let me.
Yeah. Happy
Uh,
happy to join.
yeah, yeah,
Happy
you're
to
the
join.
reason that there is a stream actually.
Oh, that well, I feel blessed.
Yeah.
One thing to note, I'm in about 10-20 minutes. I need to run downstairs for a minute because the groceries are getting dropped off. But
Okay. Yeah.
you'll hear the doorbell at exactly the same time as I do because it's incredibly loud.
Okay. Cool. So what's the cool thing on your back? Like for the
What
people in the
behind
stream?
me
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
top? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my flip dot display. Let me try and find. Oh wait, I can switch it on from uh, through my phone. It's no, it's not powered on at the moment. It's suddenly started flipping dots right at in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. So I pulled literally every power cord I could find there because uh, hardware should not do stuff on their own. It's probably that one of my cats pushed the button, one of those trot-free buttons like these.
Yeah.
So probably one of those idiot cats stepped on one and started it working, but it was not something I enjoy waking up to in the middle of the night. So it's not working at the moment.
Yeah, and they are
Um,
very loud, and those are the things that you would
it
see
was
at
it was a
airports.
really strange sound, especially when you're waking up. It's a real strange sound. Normally, it's a nice, especially when you're not flipping too many dots. It's a nice rustling little sound, bit like rain. But
Yeah.
not good to wake up to.
It really has this cyberish noise to it.
Yeah.
So like
It is. Yep.
it's like
Yep.
yeah,
Exactly. But slightly below that, you see the paper towels. You see a little board
a
hanging
secret
there
thing in between the hier not poepen.
yes, it's at an angle, and that's the Snuffelaar project. Well, at least the prototype.
Yeah.
To measure all the air quality in my house. Well, in this room for at the moment.
I was just showing this one.
Let me see. The
this
thing.
is,
Oh yeah. That's a CO2 sensor, right?
yeah, the CO2 head for the M5 stick.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Cool. Yeah,
okay.
I need to look at you through the Twitch stream.
Oh,
So
yeah.
when you're where you're showing something to me, it's a bit time delayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are cool.
Can you
what I
show
did,
it, or is it like powered on, or?
yeah, it is powered on by, but hey, I can just take it off.
Because I think it's a really cool project, and I made a box myself, and you use the Dallas sensors to measure different temperatures to see
Yeah.
the differences. Because if you use the temperature from the particle sensor, then you will read something different than the actual
Yeah.
temperature.
So the problem with most sensors is that they claim, hey, we come with a temperature sensor, but that sensor is just there to calibrate the rest of the sensor. So the CO2 sensor, for instance, has a temperature sensor in it, but it also has a heating element.
Yeah.
So your temperature reading is about 5 degrees above what's normal.
Yeah.
The BME 280, which does humidity and air pressure and temperature, they claim, is also a few degrees above what it should be. The PMS, I don't know if that even has a temperature sensor, the particle sensor. But so all of these sensors are a little bit not that great. But together they're interesting, and they're affordable enough to just hang a few of those in your house and see trends happening. So when I switch to my, let me show you, let's see which button I need to push. I think I need to push this one.
Black screen?
No. Black screen? No. Yeah, oh wait, that's totally the wrong one. I need to hit this one. So now you can see my graphs.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Grafana.
So
I spent a Saturday cursing and screaming at open source technology because I cannot read somehow. But in the end, I got Grafana with some stuff before that. So the Snuffelaar puts out an MQTT message that goes to a Raspberry Pi, and that MQTT message is then put into an InfluxDB by something called Telegraph, I think. And then from there, it's read into Grafana, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And then you can see all the nice little, like the CO2 graph or the humidity, and you see exactly where I closed my door and started my online meetings here on the right hand side.
Yeah.
You see the spike going up. So it's not a perfect sensor, but it's good enough to see trends for figuring out, hey, why do I have a headache? Oh, I need to fix my, I need to open a
door. Yeah.
That sort of stuff.
Yeah, and I noticed that having all these sensors, all these different sensors, also show information about people that are in the room as well. So it's also like an alarm system, like the CEO and the light, and
you can explain that in a positive way for monitoring your house when you're not there. You can also a friend of mine hooked up CO2 sensors, and he was slightly disconcerted by the fact that he could figure out if his kids were actually asleep or running around in their room or doing other stuff, and he did not want to have that information.
Yeah.
So you have to, especially when you have other people living in your house, children.
Yeah.
You have to start thinking about, hey, what does this data tell me? Do I want to know that data? Do I want to store
Yeah.
that data?
Yeah. Yeah, I always chose to not monitor the kids and instead just raise them in a way that they are responsible themselves.
Yeah,
Because I see parents around me raising kids and blocking all their access, monitoring all their access, and their children will just move to the neighbors and have
yeah,
untethered and filtered internet there. So,
exactly.
yeah. Uh,
Yeah, it's the same what I did with my classes at primary school, elementary school, whatever you call it in whatever language.
yeah.
Kids about 9 to 10 years, 8, 9, 10 years, and I just said, hey, um, you're going on the internet, you're going to search for stuff, and you probably will run into stuff that you're not comfortable with, or you think is not right.
Yeah.
That's okay. Just click it away and talk to me. You will not by beforehand, if you talk to me, you will not get any punishment whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just talk to me. And that's really the I think the standard by which we should raise children with this stuff.
Yeah.
Make them give them the responsibility to take care of their own.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
So
tell them how stuff works. So show
yeah,
them show them a Wireshark.
yeah, that's sort of stuff. Hey, break this open, screw this together.
Yeah.
My first lesson about electricity was basically me chucking a bin full of wires and lights and every single fixture I could find on a table with some batteries, and the amount of pleasure that erupted from the group that was tinkering with it after 15 minutes when they got a single light bulb burning, that was incredible.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's really the best. If you are a parent and you want to inspire your kids, create like a bin that contains all stuff that you dispose. Be careful with stuff that contains capacitors like televisions, vacuum cleaners, but like old routers are perfect to tear apart, to unscrew, see what's inside. Look for the different components that will remove the fear for technology, and they really get inspired by it. And Scouting is hosting these sessions, Yota Yot, where they teach
Yep.
children to solder or join a maker lab, a hacker lab, and do cool stuff that will really be beneficial
Yep.
for the rest of your life.
Yep. Exactly. But, yeah, cool stuff.
Cool stuff.
So this crazy kit has erupted a bit. I just put a page on the wiki saying, hey, I'm willing to order some more. So now I have to order 75 kits of these. But hey,
it started with like 7.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I want 4 for my house, and my brother wanted 3 of them, and
yeah.
then
It is a cool kit. So what's on it?
So on it is an ESP32.
Yeah.
On it is I'll try and
yeah.
half of my cameras are not working properly.
Yeah, so we're working.
Keep it here.
Yeah.
So ESP. Let me try. Oh, I need to.
Yeah.
So ESP32 on the top in gold is a CO2 sensor, the MHZ19 or MZH. I'm not sure. I always mix those up.
Yeah.
The big silvery box is the PMS dust sensor, because you can see the air intake and outtake over here.
Yeah.
Then at the top is a BME 280 module.
Yeah.
And a DS18B20 temperature sensor. There's also some room for expandability, because you get a few footprints to add more stuff.
Yeah.
And you get some growth connectors, and all the leftover GPIOs on the ESP32 are broken out, so you can always have more stuff. The production model is also a bit cooler, because that has a front panel with some art on it by Nicolette, who also did the Hacker Hotel badge.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it a little bit of a surprise, because it's way more fun that way. But it's a pretty pretty design. It's nothing you've ever seen before. And I've also ordered a few LEDs to put behind that front panel. So if you want, you can make the entire front panel maybe glow up. We're not entirely sure because we just ordered it and we didn't have time or budget for a prototype. So it's either going to look really pretty, or else you'll just keep the LED switched off. But then you can do stuff like, hey, I want
street glow.
when the CO2 is too high, I'll just try and push some red through it, that sort of stuff. If you want to, the one I'm keeping in my bedroom will never have a light because that will only be annoying.
Yeah.
But it's a cool little kit for a wannabe hacker, data analyst, anything you can. There's some SMD soldering, there's some through-hole soldering on it. I'll do a workshop online
for Hackaday.
Putting it together. That's another story. But but for this one, I'll do a separate video stream on how to assemble it.
Oh, cool. How much was it in total for the people to order?
So the price was set at €60.
Yeah, that's very cheap.
Which I've kept. It's probably going to be slightly below that, but we'll see when the final bill is in by both the partner in China, Norbert from Allnet is doing it, who did our badges again as well. So it's work for him. So I do not want him to do this for free.
No.
Because he's saving me a ton of time.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. So when the final accounting is done, we'll see if there's enough left over to make it worthwhile to give everybody a few euros back, or to just donate that to a charity or whatever. We'll see what comes out of it.
Cool. Very cool.
And Hackaday, yes, Hackaday Remoticon is coming up. And that's a remote conference. Normally they have their super conference in November. Which isn't that big. Actually, they call it a super conference, but it's not that big. But the RemoteCon will be an online experience with a few tracks with different subjects. And I'm doing a soldering workshop called Soldering Nothing to Be Afraid of. And basically cover everything from beginning to solder to with a bit of science. Hey, what is going on when you heat up that metal? Up until, if we have time, the paste soldering. You can watch for free. And if you want to participate, have an actual conversation with me during the stream, they charge you, I think, $10 for it. But it's totally voluntary.
Yeah.
So, and you can always send me a message through our CEO or something.
Hack the system.
yes. Well, what they call it is they charge the €10 for both covering the cost of the entire adventure, and also to prevent no-shows. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff coming up. Also before you start your hacking again.
Oh, cool! The coin.
The challenge coin by RepSpace.
Yeah, very cool.
I'll take it out of its bag because it's pretty. So we took our standard art. We have this on our stickers for about 10 years now, and on the back side, if it smells like chicken, you're holding it wrong.
Cool.
I hope it's not mirrored. It's not mirrored on the Twitch, so it's
good. No. It's a Zoom thing.
And this is basically layered. This is just PCB. We didn't do anything special. We just chopped up our logo and put it to the different layers. Cool. So the light green is when you have copper underneath. The darker green is just the solder mask on top of the bare FR4. Yeah. And the detailing on this thing is incredible. My microscope doesn't want to stream to OBS, so somehow so I can't show you the detailing. But trust me, it's very pretty.
Yeah, I already saw some stuff on Twitter dropping by.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And the final bit I have for tonight is we have prototype 1 done for the badge for MCH. And it's working, and it's working incredibly well. Let me try and find. I'll show you guys a photo. I don't have one because we literally only have two at the moment, and we're building 5 of the prototype 1 revision. Let me share you my screen on our batch team Twitter. Let's see, there was a cool photo of the assembled prototypes. So yeah, here they are. So the front and the assembled back. And it's an incredibly complicated little device we put together. It's insane.
Again.
And now, I think in terms of component complexity, this outdoes every single one of our badges put together. It's insane. So I'll walk you through it. On the top right, you see the USB-C connector.
Yeah.
And just below that is an STM32.
Yeah.
Microcontroller to do the USB stuff for us. So you have the same but improved experience as you had with the CampZone 20.
Yeah.
So for the web USB stuff, programming the ESP32, which is just below
that. I love
that.
that so much. Like the web USB,
it's
never seen it before, and it's like, wow, 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 wow.
It literally solved a bunch of problems we had conceptually with this project. So as I said, below that is the ESP32. We're going with the Rover again. And Espresso is sponsoring us again. So then to the left we meet an SD card slot, and
it's clickable, like it does not spring out.
Yeah, like this is probably not the final SD card slot. This is also not the definitive layout. This is just a square to put stuff on. So everything can and will change, but an SD card slot is literally 1 or 2 cents each. So we'll have one on there.
Saw the card slot for the CampZone badge, and it was the first time that I saw one that worked just like a SIM card slot that you lock and that will not fall out, or that you cannot bump into.
Yeah, there are several different versions of this. I like these, but we'll see what we'll end up with and where it's going to be. So display connector, and then to the left of that is something interesting. We're not confirming that for the final version yet, but we really want to put an FPGA on there.
Wow.
Should I explain FPGAs?
Yeah, please
do. I probably should, right?
Yeah.
So FPGA stands for Field Programmable Gate Array. And that's a very antiquated term, but it basically means you have a chip. When you pull it out of the box, it doesn't do anything until you define it. Literally, it's a chip with a bunch of transistors in there, and you can say, hey, I want a gate in there, or I want a circuit in there that looks like this, or I want to do an entire processor in this this chip. Also, all written
very
in
fast.
A bit of code.
Yeah.
And you can upload it in a matter of seconds, and you can reconfigure it. So, and it's instead of like a normal CPU is single-minded. It does one job, and with an FPGA, you can do several things in parallel if you have the gates for it internally. So the funny thing about this is that we're combining all these 3 programmable chips together to make something really cool. You get the STM32 for the web USB, so you can just hook it up to your computer and have a really easy loading experience and controlling experience. We have the ESP32 for the Wi-Fi and the processor on there, which is still a very powerful thing, and our MicroPython and our hatchery.
And a lot of memory.
And a bunch of memory on there, so 16 megabytes of flash, 8 megabytes of RAM.
So how much would you need to populate the FPGA?
It's a 5K unit. Okay. So not that much actually.
So you can have multiple instances on your ESP then?
Yeah. The funny thing is we can now do App Store-like experiences like we did with the hatchery for an FPGA, which has never been done
anywhere, maybe.
No, literally not done by anyone. Even the company we're talking to
Yeah.
currently hasn't seen that before and might even be interested in leveraging that to their workshops or products. So
Wow.
it's really cool. Yeah. Um, and the interesting bit about this is that we think we can make FPGAs a little bit more accessible and easy. FPGAs are hard. You have to do a lot of toolchain stuff. It's difficult to get into your head, and
Yeah.
now we can make this as simple as typing some code in your browser without installing a toolchain, then either uploading it as an app to the hatchery, so you can distribute it to other people, or you can just chuck it over through web USB and do your fast development. So
So
it's
you made it simpler to program the FPGA?
yeah, it's
Oh wow.
this should be just as easy as writing a little bit of Python for our old badges.
But does that mean like you chopped it off in up in different blocks that you can combine using the code?
No. We have we just put the tool chain, which you normally need
Yeah.
to synthesize all the code. We put
Oh,
it
in
the
the
tool chain
hatchery.
in the hatchery.
Wow.
So
Oh, cool.
coming very soon. It's already being prototyped literally as we speak. You will be able to synthesize FPGA stuff just online with our App Store concept combined. It's really funny.
Wow.
So, and that was the back. On the bottom left is some power circuitry, the charger, that sort of stuff. On the front, a display which is not mounted in this version, but let's scroll to a new photo which does have
RGB.
some stuff. Oh yes, plenty. So here's a photo of the front with some buttons currently. On the bottom, on the right, you see iPain Mini. Literally, because that's about the most eye-searing, blister-causing experience you'll ever have with an LED. Because that's the standard LED on all those FPGA beginner boards. And we wanted to be able to do the same FPGA courses
Yeah.
on our board as well. So that will be on there. It's a cheap part anyway. It's, as I said, it's eye-searingly bright, so it'll be an interesting programmable flashlight.
Yeah.
Above our
Normal.
our normal RGBW LEDs. I don't know if they'll be on there in that quantity. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And the display is also interesting. The display we're prototyping with currently, again, we're not settled on anything.
Yeah.
But this display has both an SPI mode and a parallel mode. So the SPI mode is connected to the ESP32.
Yeah.
For just displaying stuff regularly, but it's a little bit slow.
Yeah.
Animations will be choppy, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But the parallel bus is connected to the FPGA, which then enables you to do blistering fast
videos,
renderings,
games,
and have your FPGA literally function as a GPU on your badge.
Yeah. Wow.
And the interesting bit is that if you mess up your FPGA code, you still have your ESP32 to rescue you and show you what's going on.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, so that's an interesting little thing we're working on.
Wow.
We're as I said, we're still working on securing the sponsorship to make this all happen.
Yeah.
MCH in total needs a bunch of sponsorship to make the camp happen
Yeah.
at all. Anyway, and the badge is no different. And we're currently I'm talking with both the potential FPGA sponsor and with a sensor sponsor.
Yeah.
Where the person, the marketing person I talked to said, I have for the theme you're setting, I have exactly the sensor what I want to put on there, but I cannot tell you anything about that sensor just yet. It's top secret. So yes,
Yeah.
I'm just as curious as anyone is to see what we'll end up with at some point.
A CAT scanner on a badge, that's never been done before.
No, it's Now we've set some design themes for this batch, what we want to achieve, besides our always on goal of educating people.
Yeah.
That's still our main thing.
And not a
We want
throwaway device.
we want you to be able to reuse it, and we want you to learn something
Yeah.
in a bunch of categories, like soldering, like programming, and maybe something else.
Yeah.
And our themes are set around both wayfinding, so finding your way across the field, because there's so much to do on a camp like this.
Yeah.
We have some thoughts on that, how to make that interesting, and meet people and that sort of stuff, and also environmental. So you're aware of the badge is aware of where it is,
Yeah.
what the we're living in a time where literally the air we breathe can be in multiple ways, more ways than one, be a problem for us. Especially now with the COVID, but before that, everything from humidity, particles, CO2, everything. It's interesting to be aware of, and we would like our badge to be part of that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we'll end up with, because it will depend greatly on sponsorship.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we're doing at the moment.
Very, very, very cool. Like every time, like the MCH, the Xia batch was my first batch experience, and that is already set the standard. And then the Hacker Hotel batch and the Campzone batch, and like
Yeah.
last time Tom was explaining the Campzone batch, and how are we ever going to top this batch? I feel sorry for the people at the batch team for having to cope with all the expectations.
No, I see that more pragmatic.
Yeah.
It's something I've also been discussing with other batch teams, like the EMF crew, who also constantly up their game and make this should not be an arms race.
No.
I would love to have a next main camp badge to be as simple as the first rocket badge. Just a microcontroller, some LEDs, something people can just slap together and learn something from it and just have fun with it. That's also incredibly worthwhile and
like the ETH badge.
The what?
The ETH badge with
that's an extreme example, but stuff like the Bornhack 2020 badge, which was it had no Wi-Fi, it had a relatively underpowered microcontroller, it had just an LED marquee on it with just red LEDs. But it's still a fun little device, and you can still learn from that. So at some point we just need to we old people who've done a few of these, we need to move aside and let some new folk take over and have their experience grow and have them do the next line of badges. But that's my personal opinion. That does not reflect the team per se.
No, but it's like I really enjoyed the last Campzone batch, and I liked it because of the simplicity. So I only had to cope with 16 different LEDs, which were also buttons. So that limited my stuff and made it easier to come up with cool ideas for it. So trying to make something cool, even though it has just simple stuff inside.
It's the thing, the term I like to use, I stole it from probably Nintendo or something. I'm not sure. Easy to learn, difficult to master. And that's what I really like to keep in the projects I do. I'm not a great engineer. I'm not a great circuit designer. I'm not a great programmer. I'm certainly not a great Linux sysadmin. But I get by, and I want people who are at a level below that to experience. Hey, you can get started and just do stuff with it. So
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
the same stuff that I like to achieve with the hardware hacking, like not showing like how great I
Hey.
am, but just telling people to get started, and it's not that hard to get started, and don't be afraid of technology, just
Yeah.
start doing so, and
Let
have
me look
fun.
out the window. Oh, I need to run downstairs. I'll
Yeah.
be back in a few.
Okay, cool. So, how's all the people in the stream? How are you doing? So, Crazy, how's your MQTT training? Is it ready for MCH? Alive so far, yeah, that's described. It will be. Ah, cool. Oh, I have a question. Is there any people that are familiar with CAN bus, car hacking? Because I am looking for a way to simulate a ECU without spending like a lot of money. So either by tearing a car apart and using like an old ECU, the computer module inside the car, or use an Arduino or a Raspberry Pi with a shield on it to have the experience of hacking a car without being in the car. Kanyen, karting, no. Okay. Oh, cool. In model trains. So IC Palm, how do you do that? It's like using AT Tiny or creating your own stuff, or is there already stuff that you can buy for it? Oh, that would be cool. Thanks, Arun. So Arun is saying I can check with Ian Tabor. He has some PCB made. Oh, the Merklin communication between the controllers already uses a CAN bus. I first used CAN Shield for Arduino. That's what IC Palm is saying. But you all see it in the chat as well. So I actually never used CAN before. But Pocheng said actually CAN bus is RS485 with a resistor. So must be differential as well. So it's all in the fridge as well.
Yep, all the food is cold. The cat food has been put away safely.
Cool.
Because else break-in will happen. So, MQTT talk at MCH should be doable.
Yeah, I asked Crazy to do an MQTT talk on if he will be ready for MCH to host the talk.
That should be fine. And we plan on having a badge bar stage, basically for workshops surrounding the badge and cool stuff that might be connected to that in a broad sense. So, sure, why
Cool.
not? Let's do it. Go.
Cool. ESP 82, yeah.
So what are we hacking now?
My ID was I went to Hardware IO and I got this badge. And this badge is a badge by Neo. And if I put it under the microscope, is it?
Yeah.
I have multiple.
Oh, you need to switch cameras because
Yeah,
I'm still full screen.
I know. So that's microscope view. No, it's second screen view. I need to open this one. Like this, and I need to. Yeah. So this contains an MCP 2551 and an STM32.
Ah, okay.
It has two LEDs, a micro USB, and a lot of pinouts on the side, on both sides actually. And
Ah, so you can.
this was a CTF. So if you look at this one, and I already spent some time on it today. So this is my OneNote. So this is the MCP2551. Can I zoom in? And these fan out to the side. So this is 20, 19, 18, and 17. So 18.
Oh, that's yeah. The MCP is the CAN bus transceiver.
Yeah. So this is a CAN high and CAN low. So these are the CAN high and CAN lows. And this is the STM. So I have no clue on how to approach it. So the first thing I always do is like just map everything that I see. So just see two chips basically, and the rest is power.
Yeah, that's a nice affordable design they made.
Yeah, and this should be something CAN-bus, so like a car challenge. So I got myself this one.
So you hook it up to your car, and then people take over your blinking lights, that sort of stuff.
And I think the other way around. I think this emulates a car. At least that's what I think. So you need to talk to it as if it was a car and like open a door to unlock something. That's what I think that it is.
That's an interesting challenge, actually.
Yeah. If that's the challenge, but I don't know. I only have the badge and I have no information whatsoever. So I know it's STM32, and I know that it has a CAN-bus connection to it. So I have yeah.
So you need like anything with a CAN-bus interface on it, so you can talk to this actual project.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
nice.
This is my webcam view. So I have this, which is an RS485 CAN-bus connector for a Raspberry Pi 0. And I should be able to communicate with that.
Cool.
So that's this shield. So go back to my second screen. So it's this shield. So you put it on top, and it has high and low, and B and A. It's B and A for RS485, and high and low for CAN. And an SPI and serial port on it. And it hosts some other, it is an MCP 2515, and some information about it and how you can configure your Raspberry Pi. I already did that. So if I go to another, so there's a microscope view, and this is a Raspberry Pi. So this should allow me to communicate with it. I clamped on using these. Now I have to switch back to second screen. So I used these clamps.
Oh yeah, yeah.
To connect to them, but for some reason, maybe the reason is that they are not connected firmly. So
Yes, yes. They were the point of the connection was on the solder mask, not on the.
yeah, could be the case. So what I want to do is just solder 2 wires to it,
Yeah.
since it's made for that.
Mhm.
And work my way from there. And the other thing is there's a GP1 on here. So where's this GP1 for? And I know that the
Can we follow the traces a bit?
yeah, I have a multimeter, so this is going to the
We can just
side,
see. Yeah,
but
and
it's
then
also
out
going
to a
down.
castellated pin, and there is both have a via to the other side
Yeah,
of the board. So
yeah,
that's interesting.
yeah.
And is interesting.
Yeah. So this is the other side of the board, but it's hard to correlate those. So what I did is I created 2 pictures, so we are able to.
Oh, you're gonna overlay them.
I don't know if I am able to overlay them, but let me see.
OneNote probably doesn't have that transparency trick, but
Maybe if I open it in paint.net.
I don't know. I've never used Paint.net.
Okay. Let me
The
see.
last time I used Paint was when it was still called Microsoft Paintbrush.
Yeah, this is different. They still have a paint. It's a little bit different than before.
Yeah. Well, the Microsoft Paintbrush was literally a clone of the Macintosh Paint from 1984.
Yeah.
So it was about time they updated it a bit.
Oh, I started watching. What's the name of the show? It's about the beginning of the clone.
Was it a documentary or more
No,
like a
series.
story?
A series.
Oh, Halt and Catch Fire.
Yeah. So
That's a great show.
Yeah, it is, and I
At least
never heard of
seen
it.
I've seen the first 2 seasons. I haven't seen the third actually.
No.
I should at some point. There is also on Netflix now a really good series. It's about 6 parts, I think, about video game history. I'll look it up.
Oh, cool.
What it's called. It's incredible because they highlight actual human beings, and they highlight some of the people that have been forgotten by history, like the black person who did the video game cartridge idea.
Oh, okay.
And so what the effect had of the video games on the gay and transsexual communities. Those kind of little niche stories that are it's really a valuable documentary. It's nice. I'll look it up for you.
Okay, cool. So this is one, and then I add a layer, probably. Add new layer. And open the other one.
And also, if you're a space geek, there is a documentary series about the Challenger space shuttle disaster. That has just come on. Let me find that.
And now I need opacity.
Oh, I found it. It's called High Score.
Okay.
And I can highly recommend it. There's cool stuff They interview people like John Romero from id Software from back in the day with Commander Keen and Doom.
Oh, wow,
How
cool.
they got started, but they got tons and tons of pioneers in the video game for each separate genre, like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. They're doing a whole episode on basically every step of the way of the video game industry.
I need to flip the bottom side, right?
Probably yes.
How is this going to work out?
So, yeah, what I've seen people do is that they scan both sides using a flatbed scanner or have a really dead-on photo. So there's no twisting. This will be a little bit harder to do, but it should still be doable.
Oh, this is like here.
Yeah. I think we might be better off trying this some other time.
We can. So if I put them back, put them just next to each other. But
yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. I'll put the Twitch stream to full screen and I can have a look too. Oh, you even get spam on Twitch. That's new. I didn't know that. Cool.
For?
Yeah, someone was spamming some bot, probably. If you want to become famous, you can buy followers. Well, as if we need to.
Yeah. That would really make me important.
It's really, really more fun with just the 6 people here following this video stream.
Yeah. So I need to.
I mean, I have my followers every day in my classrooms anyway, so
yeah.
I don't need followers online.
Okay, so this is them next to each other.
Yeah, that's fine. And you mirrored one of them, or are they both?
I mirrored this
the one on the right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So let me have a look. Oh wow, they really did a number on this board. So it's going out there towards the connector and then back in towards the STM32. That's just. Yes, this is definitely a board they made complicated, not because they had to, well, because they wanted to for the challenge.
Yeah.
They made it tricky. Nice.
So what I was thinking, like, if you want to program the ESP8266, you need to pull GPIO1 to ground, I think.
Probably yes. I'm not sure if that's the case with the STM32 though.
Okay.
I've not had much experience with it, but I think you can just connect it.
What I was expecting it to have like something over the that we can check. I was expecting it to do something. Oh, GPIO to ground, yeah. To have a serial port on the micro USB.
And it doesn't, probably.
And it doesn't.
Okay, so what I'm thinking, as they made this the challenge where this is the car.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you should just hook up the, at least hook up the CAN bus.
Yeah.
And it's probably that all the other pads that are broken out are functions of that car.
Did you check the MV bypass on the ESP32? Can you explain that, Arun?
I have no idea what that's about.
I have no idea either.
EMFI bypass and ESP. And this board is not an ESP32. It's an STM32, which is hella confusing.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you're doing both on the board.
Yeah, it is an.
And
Oh
the
yeah,
MV
yeah,
EMFI bypassing secure boot.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't think it's
No,
related
it,
to
I don't.
this board.
I
So
can
so
expect that you can even dump the code from this board using
yeah, but
STM32.
shall we first connect it like
Yeah,
we're actually
let's do that.
trying the challenge?
Trying
And
to jump.
my thoughts would be that you use the micro USB for power and then the
Yeah,
CAN bus for talking to it.
yeah. Let's solder some wires to it.
You need to well, if you want the people to see your
Oh,
soldering skills, you
uh,
need to switch on the microscope for people. If you
yeah.
don't, then don't.
Was just hiding it.
That's okay.
No. But it's good to know which pins to use. Should be beginning here, yeah.
No, crazy. I'm actually very supportive of everybody who's soldering. And Yillis is using the proper technique. We can do a little bit of review while he's working, which is
Oh
fun.
yeah, please do.
So he's heating up the pad. You're probably using leaded solder, I think.
Yeah, I am.
That's okay. So that's a bit out of focus. Let's see what's that. What is that?
It's my hand.
Yeah, except for your hand.
So what I
Oh,
did,
that's a DuPont wire.
I soldered to two DuPonts.
That
So
yeah.
this is what I did.
I was trying to figure out what the blocks were I was seeing, but it's
Okay.
that makes sense. So yeah, this is totally fine. I could not have done it better myself. So this is good.
Okay, so disconnect this one. And now there's need to go back to the this one. So the top one is CAN H. So blue is CAN H. And this is H. And then is this CAN low. So you're not able to see it. So I connected the wires here. So blue to H, and blue is the top one here. And now I need to connect it to power. Power.
So with stuff like CAN bus and RS485, you just need the two wires. You don't need a separate ground connection,
No,
right?
yeah.
Cool. Oh, that saves a lot of time. Debugging.
Okay. So it is connected now. And now I switch to the Raspberry Pi. And there was a receive. That does not show much. So let's remove it, reconnect it. So if you turn it on, no, I'll switch it back to the.
Can't you? CAN bus is really message based. You can't do just like a regular serial connection and just see what's happening.
This is like the demo software that was bundled with this thing. So,
cool.
So it would show 2 LEDs blinking, LED 1, LED 2. Just
Okay.
on and off. This is the only thing that happens. So go back to the microscope view. Got wrong keyboard. Got receive.py. So okay. So I should be able to do this myself.
Let's see.
Control
you need
Shift delete. Control.
Oh, if you so it has a timeout, right?
Yeah, but I thought if I going to sudo IP link set com 0 type com bit rate. What is it? 100,000 or million?
That is 100,000.
Okay, so that works. And sudo ifconfig com 0 up IPA. And I have a COM bus. Can I sudo -i dd if equals def com 0.
Yeah.
Why?
Huh?
Why can I not? It is up. No such device. Com 0. This worked for.
Have you done the sudo ifconfig con 0 up from the
Filter open. Yeah, it is up. So here the state is up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. From unknown.
So,
No, wait. Oh, state is up. Yes. Okay.
What is it? TCP dump -i con 0?
I don't know. You're the hacker, not me.
Opt install TCP dump. Hello. I have no clue. Never done this before. But it looks like a network port. So try network tools.
No.
Okay. So disconnect it. Connect it. Wireshark works better. Okay.
Well, let's first try and see if we can get anything at all, and then we can do the Wireshark, right?
Yeah, but I don't see anything using TCP dump.
Could it be something boring like reversing the 2 wires, or? hitting a button or power cycling it.
Yeah, I did a power cycle. Com 0. Connected.
Interesting.
Can reverse the wires. Don't know what it does.
I don't know if that will work with CAN bus stuff, but
Maybe.
it's usually the one variable I always get wrong. So
Okay. Com bus connect LH images. Can you do a loopback using consent? So loopback, is that connecting the L to the H? Is consent a thing? Is that a command, Arun? Com. No ID. Manual for consent. Con utils. Con utils. Yeah, but do I need to connect A to B or L to H? Loop back con bus.
Oh, by the way, Yillis, do you know you can use an SSD as the main drive for your Raspberry Pi these days instead of the SD card?
Only if you have a Raspberry Pi 3 and higher.
Yes, that is true. Yes, you can. I think you can do it at the lower ones if you flash a certain bit somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, but you can boot
But
them from the using Pixie Boot as well.
I don't know Pixie Boot, but
but
network.
Yeah. So
Network. Yeah, cool.
network boot, so you don't have any storage on the device, but just boot it virtually.
Mm-hmm. The Pi I am using now for my Grafana has an SSD, and it's been interesting to see how much snappier and more useful a Raspberry Pi becomes once it's not connected to an SD card.
Yeah. So this has some cool tools. So control. So con interface. Yes. Okay. Log into a file. Log file format. Com dump -l -l. Any? Okay. You said it.
Okay.
You can use ID sim. Con utils. Oh, com utils.
It's a fun little GUI instrument cluster. Oh dear.
Okay, switch you back to my second screen. So display.
Do you have something like an oscilloscope or logic analyzer,
Yeah,
so we can
I
just see
do.
if there's actually a signal on those
Yeah,
wires?
what a good idea. Input. Now I need some other wires. So that's a male. Yeah. Okay. So connect it. Connect this. Now I need another USB-C. What is this? So connect this. And do I have a accu pack? Yeah, here. And turn this on. Okay. Barely readable. Skip. Turn the light off. Oh. I switch off the power of the wrong device. You can barely see this.
Oh, that's your oscilloscope or something.
Yeah. So
Oh,
this,
okay.
why is this? This is showing. Oh, hold on. Done. 1 volt. Make it 10 volts. And it's set to trigger. Okay. Now turn this on. There is no data.
Oh, that's. Could it be, since it's a car, that we might need to challenge it, send something towards it, so then it can reply? I'm not sure, but maybe it could also be that it just has the blinking LED firmware in it and nothing else.
Oh, now the power is off.
But there's zero documentation on that badge. That's too bad. Let me try and Google it. So that's the 2018 batch, maybe.
I don't know.
No, that's a different project. Let's see.
Neo.io is the name of the company that sponsored it. 10 microseconds.
So does everybody do .io names these days?
Yeah.
Oh. No, that's not bringing any useful Google. Oh wait, I'm misspelling hardware.
We can see where the GP1 is going to. Maybe it needs to be connected via a jumper as it is JP.
Not sure.
Not sure either, but
Thing is, it's a bit of a crap challenge if you don't know where to begin.
yeah.
Let me have a look at that photo of yours. Oh, NIO, not NEO. Okay, let's do some
Yeah,
more
sorry.
Googling. That's okay. I wasn't paying attention. NIO
Yeah.
badge. Moet het wel. Let's see. So it's probably the 2017 batch. Okay, so now we can probably find some more. Intel. Oh, that's stupid. They documented their 2018 batch, the 2019 batch, but they didn't document their 2017 batch.
Okay.
Meh.
And no one did a write-up either.
Not that I can find in the amount of time currently used for it. Let's see if I can even find any pictures of it.
Reverse image search.
Here we go. There's a red one here.
Yeah, there's different colors. So what I'm going to do is find a ground on the device.
Oh, I found one tweet.
SV1, SV2. 1 to 20, 1 to 20. Yeah, are there more CAN buses? I'm using the wrong one. So what if I'm using these two? So I just saw that it's not 1 to 40, but it's 2 times 1 to 20. And the one is called SV1 and the other one is called SV2. So if the one is data, maybe the other one is data too. So taking these two. I'm just probing all the pins then.
Yep.
Sorry for blurring the screen.
Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do.
So which one is ground? This one is ground input. This one shows information.
It does? Oh, that sounds interesting.
But not a lot. This is just like one bit. Uh, 10 milliseconds.
Hey, at the least you'll have gained an STM32 development board.
Yeah.
With a CAN bus chip on it.
Free CAN bus chip.
Yeah, well, they're like in volume they're about 50 cents a pop, so it's not really worth doing this without your own design behind it, where you know what is on there and how it is connected.
So if I take just one pin and put it to ground, would that show any information?
You're pulling a pin to ground?
No, I'm measuring towards ground. So not differential.
Seeing if something is happening.
Yeah. Not much. Try the other one. Hi. Going to solder another wire to have a ground, so I can see if I can find a something
anything really.
Yeah, anything really. Yeah. Where's the other one? So this is ground. So this is ground. 2, 3. '20 is ground. Is the one ground? Okay. One ground. Okay. Make it a black wire while we're at it.
What soldering station is this?
This is a TS80.
Ah, nice. Nice and portable.
Yeah.
The 80 is the USB-C one, right?
That's the USB-C one, and it now comes with it does not come, but it has like 6 different nozzles, even curved ones. So it's
Nice.
really convenient.
Yep.
And as I'm on the road a lot for doing testing, this is like really convenient to work on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a TS100, TS80 would be my go-to.
Yeah.
On-the-go soldering iron as well. It's not as brilliant as the JBC, but it's a very decent piece of kit.
Okay. Now I need to power this up again. Am I able to show the oscilloscope? For some reason, maybe if I put it under an angle, at least the light is not. Oh, let's turn it down. So, this is showing something.
Hey, that's data.
Yeah, this is static.
Oh, this is static. This is just background noise.
Yeah.
This is the universe.
Yeah, this is my random generator. This is a high and a low.
You're doing that by hand, or?
No, I'm not doing this by hand. I'm touching 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. 20, 15. Okay. Next one. No. No. Nope. High. A very long high. Okay. So Oh. This is levels of the data that you. Oh, it's barely readable. Can I?
Yeah, well, is this the Combus track?
This is the combus track.
I mean, it's a differential pair, so when you're comparing them to ground, it will be different.
Yeah. I was just going through all the signals on the side, so all the pins on the side, to see if I find anything would show me any data. Respect for all the people that are still in the stream.
Yeah, that's there's 5 people still here.
Yeah.
To listening to us trying to debug this.
Yeah.
We can also talk about something else if people want to. Just ask.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm up for that. So,
well,
if you're tired of us trying to get this thing working, just say so. We can do something else.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be cool to
Yeah.
find at least something. Maybe this device needs to be flashed with the challenge.
Yeah, that's yeah. It could just be test firmware that's in there.
Because I certainly remember that I need to go by the stand to do a thing that I did not.
Oh, oh, yes.
Okay. Oh, that sucks.
Okay, yep. A KiCad PCB design course. I did
Yeah,
do
last week.
I did do a no, well, not last week, but a few weeks
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
We did the craziest little project. We still need to finish that though. I didn't complete it.
So what did you build?
The 4x4 matrix thing. We didn't
Oh,
finish it.
yeah, okay. Last time, yeah.
Yeah, last time.
We can continue on that one.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm trying to remember on which computer that design is. So
You put it on GitHub. But
maybe. I also don't remember. But I'll have a look on my laptop and then I'll find it.
No, but
Give me 2 seconds.
It's not as much the design itself, more like will it work on the ESP32?
You've been trying to connect them together through
yeah, but
I/C,
I
right?
did not continue with that.
Mhm.
But I do have a circuit board that I can solder some wires on, and then I have a thing to see if it will eventually work.
Yeah, and I'll
That
on my side find your PCB design,
okay.
and then we should M5 matrix. Yeah, it's on the MacBook, not on the Windows
Okay.
PC. But I can just send that zip to my Windows PC in a second.
Let me see if I.
Because there was some stuff that was not pretty. I remember. There was some things we wanted to.
Yeah, there's
Fix up.
still only the sensors on the board and not the GPS. There's not sensors, but only the
The Grove we did.
Yeah.
I'll start it up, and then we can
Yeah.
do some review and maybe edit some stuff.
Yeah.
And
let me see if I can see if Neo has a Twitter account.
M5 matrix.zip. Here we go.
Neo. This is probably their logo. Yeah.
Now I need to go to my other computer. All right. Ken has a KiCad. Let's close this session.
Switch to co-host view, so you're.
Yeah, I'm not entirely ready yet, but we can.
Okay.
I'm almost there. I'm almost there. It's starting up now. Here is our little board, and let me share KiCad PCB. And there she blows. Let's see. This looks like something we can work with. Okay, yeah. So here is your board, and let's do a 3D render. Oh, that's not the 3D render. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Alt 3. So how am I sharing this one with you? By making another scene in this little program. Pencil. 3D view. It's immediately capturing it. Cool. It still looks cool.
Yeah, it does. It does. It looks amazing.
Looks like a 2.4 gigahertz accident waiting to happen, but it looks cool. So we had a Grove connector on the I2C bus. We have a USB-C port. So that's all good. Oh yeah, that's not right. I connected the 5-volt bus to the Grove connector, not the 3-volt bus. That will cause issues. So I need to change that. I'll disable this one. So here we go, back to the board.
Is that?
Because the Grove connector doesn't do. No, let's ask the question the right way. So what do you want to connect through the Grove connector?
The GPS.
Okay, so which GPS module do you have?
The M5 stack GPS.
M5 stack GPS. Let's Google that. Why the hell are you using Bing, my friend? Let's go to a proper search engine. I'm typing in Google and then I'm still getting Bing. Oh, God. Oh, I'm using the wrong browser. That's it. Let's try this one. So M5 stack GPS. I didn't know they had GPS modules. But that's probably not I2C, right?
No, that's serial.
Exactly. So it doesn't. It should not be on the
Yeah.
I2C lines.
No, that's right.
Oh, and it's also meant for the M5 core. So it
oh, it
hasn't.
does not work on the other one.
It's a little bit too big for it.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, on AliExpress there's plenty of GPS modules. You don't need to send me messages. Come on, AliExpress. GPS Arduino. So one of those cheap modules is basically a serial header, and then you're done. Serial port and PPS output interface. Oh, that sounds good. But at any rate, we need. No, I think I. Oh, now I remember what we were planning, Jillis. We had a different plan. You wanted to use the 16 of these for the Wi-Fi scanning,
Yeah.
and then have a separate something separate through the Grove connector to be the bus master.
Yeah. And then have a M5 core as the bus master.
Yeah.
That can be
So
connected.
that's totally fine. Then the main thing we need to check if but yeah. So the main thing we need to check if that's the Grove connector. Oh, that's a 5-volt connector on the Atom as well, so that's fine. So this is actually fine. Cool.
There were some discussions about pull-up resistors.
Yeah.
But it was only on the Grove.
Since we're using regular GPIOs for the there are no pull-ups inside, as well as on the Grove connector there are no pull-ups inside.
Yeah.
At least M5 confirms that, which is a good thing because you can use the Grove connector also for other stuff than the for the stuff for the you can connect I2C serial GPIOs anything through Grove anyway. So it's good that it's not on there. The way we did it in our board is that we have a set of pull-up resistors specified. We have designed the pads, but we didn't put anything. You can choose to put something on the pad or leave it out or whatever. We do need one set, and you can either do like 4K, 5K. That's easy enough.
Okay.
The USB-C was only for power. Yes, now I remember.
I'm looking for.
I can hear you talking, but it's so far away.
Yeah.
I can't make it out.
I am far away.
You're probably looking for something.
Yeah, I am. I'm looking at a photo board.
Also, Yillis, you've been streaming for 2 hours straight. Fine by me. I still have energy, but if you're done for today, just say so.
No,
we can always pick this up later.
I'm fine. Let's finish.
Just
for the people that are listening. I have it. Go get yourself.
Crazy's asking if M5 already sent you 16 M5s. They didn't respond to my question to send out the e-paper one.
I did say that they should send it to you instead of to me.
Yeah, but they didn't offer. I don't mind ordering it as long as the price is reasonable. I would love to have one.
So now I need.
So, in the meantime, while you're thinking around crazies, asking stuff like best practices for KiCad, stuff what to avoid, etc. That's actually hard because I'm not good at designing PCBs. I just do it. And I figure it out as I go along. There are some things to note is that there is a rule checker which solves a lot of problems for you. There is the main thing I can recommend is when you're starting a new PCB design, immediately make it a Git repository, even locally, and just committing often. So hitting the save button, hitting the Git commit button, and then continuing your work. Because you will have to go back in time, and KiCad does not have a timeline feature in it. It's the one feature I really like about stuff like Fusion 360. Their Autodesk is basically an evil company. Don't get their software if you don't have to. But the timeline feature of Fusion 360 is pretty cool. And stuff like best practices. Yeah, what do you want to do? That's the main thing. I can do an impromptu specific feature demo right now if you want to, but your question needs a bit more focus if you want me to help you. And IC Palm is building a small enclosure for your home lab. What home lab? What's your home lab? Is that sensors, or is that like a display to read stuff, or both? Or for the Snuffelaar, I went well, not the lazy route, because I actually contacted an artist to do this stuff, but oh, your NES network UPS gear, so like a portable crate for your whole network setup or something. Cool. For the Snuffelaar project, I just went with, okay, this PCB. Let's go to full screen. That's nicer. So this PCB is going to sit in the back. A green version, slightly different, but still the same idea. And there's a front panel going to be in literally in front of it with some standoffs in between. So it's a nice little sandwich board. And all the sensors fit in between. Oh, well, if it's 19-inch rack stuff, IC Palm, you can always do the lock rack. So the IKEA LACK tables, lock tables, those are 19-inch rack compatible. And wire management gear, the best wire management gear you can ever get is this. Velcro. On a roll. Get yourself Velcro and never ever go back to anything else. You can also do the spiral spiraalband of Dodge. That's also great stuff, but it spiral
kills your fingers.
Spiral wrap is cool stuff. When it's a permanent installation, you do not have to change it ever again.
Yeah.
If you need to modify it, it's freaking annoying. 3D printed brackets. Yes, cool. That's a good idea. I hate 3D printing with a passion, but yes, it sometimes is cool. Behind me, all those screwdrivers, the red and yellow ones, are all hanging in 3D printed brackets, and that took hours and hours and hours of printing. But hey, it works. I was playing around with a PCB with an 8266 VMOS running this motor. I want to be able to have a couple of PWM outputs using MOSFETs or by changing a jumper. Use that pin as an input. Okay. First of all, you're overcomplicating. I'm thinking when you're doing PWM outputs, is that to drive RGB LEDs or something, or LEDs in general? Because then that board already does exist in China for cheap. And I can recommend doing a board that does one thing right instead of doing two things half-assed with a jumper configuring stuff. Um, most of my boards have a single function. Microcontrollers are incredibly cheap, so have it do one job and have it do it well. So when it crashes, it doesn't take out all the other functions as well in the chain. That's why I'm the Snuffelaar is a little bit of an exception because it does all the sensors for one room. But then again, I can just reset that one room. It's not mission critical. But it doesn't have a display. I can have a display on my phone or on any other device I would like.
Is it like
I'm also
a ADC controller or is it really PWM?
when he's saying he's using it to drive LEDs, so it's
Yeah.
probably PWM. Yeah, there is. I think. Let me look it up. If you look on if you want an RGB LED driver, look up the. Let's see if it still exists. It still exists. The H801. If you type in H801 on AliExpress, you find an RGB LED controller with some.
Oh, those were sold on ETH0. Yeah.
Yes. I think I sold them a few years ago on ETH0.
Yeah.
They're pretty funny.
Yeah.
But then I discovered addressable LED strips, and I never use these.
Yeah.
But this is a five output.
And this does have the Darlington bridge inside?
It has MOSFETs inside.
Oh, MOSFETs. Okay. Yeah.
I should still have some somewhere, but not sure. And they're reasonable, and you can reprogram them. Yes, instead of yeah. And I got even lazier. I chucked all my DIY lighting stuff at home in the bin with stuff I built with ESPs and and the Sonoffs, and I just got the Trad-free lights from IKEA because I was fed up with trying to make it all work with Apple HomeKit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and if it works, actually, Paul, for you, if it works, then don't bother upgrading it until it breaks.
Yeah.
That's totally cool. So, have you? What are you doing, Gilles?
I'm actually. Let me switch to this one. Second screen. Burning.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
So this is my circuit board, but it only has like the wires connected for the power. So it will power all the devices over one USB-C. So it
Nice.
actually does not need a USB-C.
Crazy. No PCB, no excuse to learn KiCad and just get an H1. Yes, I'm sorry. I am the worst person to ask you to support your project because I always say, hey, there's something available in China, just get that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that has the potential of adding inputs. It probably does, at least one. But it has been a long time since I looked at those modules. But they are funny. And there's 4 channels in there. I think 4 or 5 channels in there. So yeah, think there is at least one GPIO 3 because that's the GPIO 0 you use also for flashing. What is your plan with the button inputs? What do you want to do? Does motor needs a button on it? I'm not sure. Oh, hey, that's cool blinkies.
So
Local control of lights. Yes, Noor, 3 out of 16. Okay.
so what pins did we use for I2C? Then I'm going to connect those as well.
Oh, you can use any you want, but we used. Let me look in the schematic for you. Give me a second. We used pins 21 and 25. G21, G25.
Oh, just above the power.
Yes, on the four pin side.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Can do that.
And for this test, it doesn't matter which ones you use for FPGA and SCL. You can just choose as long as you're consistent between the three sketches. Local control of lights. What you can also do, Crazy, is maybe just do a separate remote that pushes stuff to MQTT, and then have the light controller respond to it. That way, you have a little bit more flexibility in placement. Because you want the LED controller probably tucked away somewhere and the buttons close by. Am I right? So the plan is now to have one as the bus master and the other two as well. Let's drop
to see if they communicate.
Let's drop the master slave terminology. We need to get rid of that word anyway, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Cool. So the thing with running wires for a meter, meter and a half, Crazy, is that it's kind of annoying in two ways. Both that you have to run a bunch of wires, which in my case always will look ugly. That's why I said maybe make a separate ESP-based remote control. So then you only have to run. You don't even need to run power then, because you can use a little something called ESP Now. That's relatively low power and fast booting. And then when you push the button, it powers up the ESP, sends out the packets, and then powers down. Might be interesting to look into.
It works on Bluetooth, right?
No, ESP Now is actually Wi-Fi without the Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
It's nice because it's fast. It's slightly weird. and awkward, and you will need something to receive the commands. So like a bridge between your regular, if you want to run your lights also through your network, through your home setup, then you'll need to have something, a bridge between ESP-NOW and Wi-Fi, or ESP-NOW and network. So the trick a friend of mine used was to connect two ESP32s together, to have one connected to the Wi-Fi, the other connected to ESP-NOW, and then have them bridge it together. But you can also just do it on one ESP32 to have that bridge, I think. Probably easier to do two chips because you have only one radio on the ESP anyway. And ESP-NOW is both on the 8266 as well as the 32. And I think smart lighting is actually what they intended it for. One thing we also haven't talked about, Jellis, can the M5 actually do I2C slave mode?
Yeah, no, but someone made it work.
Oh, cool.
So
yes, you totally should, Crazy. You totally should experiment your own on your own, and especially not listen to my advice and just do, because that's the best way to learn. It's just, hey, you may say that it's not a good idea or there is some better way to do it, but hey, I want to learn and I want to do this. Go do it, please. Make your own stuff happen. I'm just giving you directions to look in, and I'm not telling you you should do this or you should do that. I am the lazy person in some regards. I do crazy projects that need not happen in other segments of my life. So don't listen to me. Don't feel discouraged when I say, hey, you could do this clever or different or whatever. So yes, you should experiment with KiCad anyway and make something cool. The one thing I would recommend is looking into the ESP32 instead of the 8266, because the ESP32 can do a little bit more resilient when it crashes. So it can reboot itself with a watchdog timer, that sort of stuff. I have no idea about Tasmota. I've never used it. But yeah, that's about it. That's about what I think of it. Just go do what you want. Alternatively, you can also, when you do your KiCad and you're making a PCB for your WeMOS D1s, you can also design it for the D1 with the ESP32 on it. So you can fit both those boards, and you can upgrade it later when Tasmota is out of beta for the 32. And then you get all the nice new features, all the more power, that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's totally doable. And then you get a bunch more IOs as well. Yeah, the Rev Rover, I picked it up at the same time. Yes, it's the inspiration for it. It's a little bit different, a little bit bigger, because the RevSpace Rover.
Sorry.
Yeah. Switch me to full screen for a second.
Yeah, here you
are. So the RevSpace Rover is the same pinout, except the IO 16 and 17. Those are not connected on the Rover module. And yeah, it features the Rover instead of the room. It has USB-C. It has a cute little bit of art in the corner, which you can't see on this. Let me see if I can get my microscope running again. No, it's not working. Why are you not working? No, it's broken. So I'll switch back to the webcam. Half of my camera stuff is not working for some reason today. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's a cute little board. Oh, it's more in focus now. That looks better. And you can use, yeah, Nicolette art indeed. Should any of you ever consider doing a commercial job where you need some form of artwork or design work or whatever, you should totally contact her. She's wonderful to get as a freelancer for your project. I can highly recommend her. But yeah, the REST-based rover is you can use it as a drop-in replacement for the 32D1 Mini, except for those I/O 16 and 17 pins. There's nothing connected to it. So how's things on your end, Gilles?
I have them connected.
Cool.
So the I2C is connected, but I think it needs to be programmed in Arduino.
Yeah, and you need to switch scenes because I'm still full screen.
Yeah. So that's second screen, this one.
You are very welcome, Crazy. Just keep asking questions.
Yeah,
and
it's cool
we'll do
for
our
us as
best.
well to have some more
We'll do our
interaction.
best.
Yeah.
To do something with it.
Hello. Oh. Test code. Select all.
In the meantime, while you're showing all these nice people some cool stuff with the ESP32, I'll try and fix my microscope. So I'll mute my mic, and so I don't disturb you. And I'll be right back in view in a second.
Okay, cool. So what I did is I copied some code. I'm now starting up Arduino IDE. And see if we can somehow no. Oh, I already did atom master, atom slave. So if I flash one, I need to set wire. Hello. Set one. So request event. on request. When data is requested by the master. Okay. So whenever data is requested by the master, it will give back hello, 6 bytes. So if I flash this one to 1, I am 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 12 bytes that are running on address 1. So I'm programming this one, port 4. Oh, nice.
Yep, it works again, and it's so cool what you can do with PCBs. The amount of detail, you can get in there is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it is.
And when if you're ever going to do PCB art, the main thing you want to do is the copper layers are really crisp and sharp.
Yeah.
Then the solder mask is has a slight edge to it, and then the white layer, the silk screen, is a little bit more all over the place. But still very, very, very pretty.
Undefined reference to 2-wire on request. Okay. Maybe there's already a library for it instead of downloading random code. Crazy is asking shipping soon.
Shipping soon, yes, they're all in. Yurt is gathering orders. Refspace.nl/challenge coin if you want one. Yes, they are shipping soonish. Probably within the week, 2 weeks, they'll head out. They'll go out. And after that, you can just pick them up at Refspace if you don't want them shipped. But knowing your location, you probably want them shipped.
Okay. I already have a library installed.
Yeah, you can switch back to your Arduino properly.
Okay, yeah. Second screen. So the ESP-E2C library. So that's examples. Receiver, sender, reader, writer. So this is the sender. SDA pin. So are these the pins that 21 and 25? Can I just change this to 25?
Huh?
Is this the GPIO pins?
Yeah, you can just say 21 and 25. Yeah.
Okay. So this is 4. Okay. Tools, COM4. Okay. Run. This looks like it is programming.
Cool. And this is the slave.
Yeah.
vendor?
So this is the first one, and then I do a second one with a different I2C address, and then I do
Yeah,
the
cool.
master.
Yeah,
And
Nice.
instead of using the lights, I'm using serial.
Very cool.
Okay, hard resetting via. Okay, cool. So this is one, and now the other one. So this will be 5. And call this X. So you will see a different message. Oh,
In
27.
the meantime, sorry.
No, I was programming it, but it will have a different COM port. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's interesting when you're connecting several of the same thing to your
I'm
laptop.
over COM 150, I think, cleaning them up once in a while.
Oh wow.
Yeah, flashing challenge boards and.
In the meantime, I'll start my computer on rendering a render of the front panel of the Snuffelaar art.
Oh,
But
cool.
that takes about 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
I'll just send it churning happily away. Especially with OBS now also running, it's probably going to take a little bit of time. I have not okay, it's not the most powerful machine, but it's ridiculous for what I do with it. It's something of a 6-core i5
Oh wow.
thing, so it should just churn through it, and it still takes 5 minutes to render. Nicolette likes the fine details. Let's leave it at that.
So now we get a new example, and that will be the master reader. And then reader. So what I first could do, that's maybe even cooler. Oh, did I? Yeah, I did. I2C scanner. Because
oh yeah, like the basic standard I2C scanner. Anyway, yeah. I use that all the time.
Convenient, simple.
It's so stupidly simple. You do need to have the wire start with the 2 pins in it as well, though.
Yeah.
So wire.begin, that one should have your the same line as all the others have.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh.
Did you also hook up to pull-ups?
No, I did not.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It might cause problems, but could also be all right. We have no idea.
Yeah. Short distance.
I2C weird stuff.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't really matter on the distance. It's just a weird system.
I've seen it act weird when I'm using cables that are having not enough copper inside. Okay. So what do I see now? Do I need to reboot it?
It's still rendering. Goodness gracious me. Let's see how busy my Windows, my processor is. Yes, there is. It's already using a gigabyte of RAM and about half of the processor. Good. Nice. Let's see this baby stretch its legs.
No I2C devices found.
That's probably the pull-ups. So what you do is you get two boring 4, 5K, 10K resistors, don't care, between 3.3 volts and those two data lines.
But is it?
But is it?
As in, is this something that I need to
Well, what you
program
can do.
as part of the slave sender?
Oh, wait, the slave sender probably only responds to
Yeah.
something specific. Someone just sent me a link to a pick and place machine.
Nice.
I need one in my life, but they're about 3,000 euros, excluding local VAT. So a bit more.
Wire slave update.
So if anybody here is rich and wants to donate money to have a pick and place machine at RevSpace, hit me up.
Yeah.
I'll make cool stuff with it, and other people too. It would change stuff like making a batch prototype instead of one per day to, hey, let's make a dozen. That sort of stuff. Probably. It'll probably also be a nightmare to make work, but that's the second part.
So you just spin in a couple of wheels to for the different components.
Yeah, you add some reels or add components to trays, and then you set your file, and then you pray.
Oh, this one will show information as well. So
cool.
If I go, come on, let's come 4. Serial number.
Crazy, a slave should not send out unprovoked. It should only send out data when it's requested in the I2C spec.
Maybe just send a simple init done. Hey, on the loose. Init done. I send a message to Hardware.io asking for the firmware, and to Neo as well.
Ah, nice.
So maybe they still have it, and we can flash it and take off another time. Because,
Yeah, cool.
yeah, would be really cool. Okay. Slave not found. Slave not found. Oh, this is master reader. Okay. This is the wrong one. So I need to go to, where is it? This is sender. So failed, and this will init on. So this is COM4. Init on. So this works. Now do the same one for this one with a different port. So this will be 5 and port 6. Serial monitor. Reset. COM27. Why am I not seeing anything? So this is slave sender. Init done.
Are you still running the I2C scanner on the other one? As the bus master?
Yeah, might be. But this should just hit up and either send slave failed or init done. Init done. Cool. Okay. So go to the first one, and this is the master.
Hey.
What?
Oh no, the Twitch is delayed from the audio, so I'm now just seeing the init done.
Ah, okay.
Like,
what happened? What happened?
What are you seeing?
Yeah. Let me see. So
init done. So that's waiting.
Okay.
Probably.
So init done. Wire. So this is using 4. Make this a 5. Is the other one. So just remove this. So this is sending 2125, 2125, and this should probe the first one. Oh, if I set it to the correct COM port. Okay. Yeah, works. So this is X is and if
So it's sending data across.
Yeah, it's sending data across. And now let's use the other one.
Cool. Oh, the time delay is killing me.
Yeah, sorry for that.
It's okay. It's totally fine.
I should stream it via Zoom. Yeah.
No, don't bother. That will only hurt your bandwidth to Twitch. So
Yeah, works as well. So I'm able to connect to both devices. So let's make this one, which is the 6. So I should go back to the 6 and call this one Y instead of X. So you know the difference. And then I can use the master to toggle X and Y. If you set it to the correct port. So then connecting all these with 2 pull-ups on the board and connect the entire board to a core 2 for the controlling part.
yeah, sounds good.
Well, in it done. Okay, go back to the first one. To the correct port 7. So this is Y, and now slave address. If millis modulo 6 equals 0, I to
Zou ik 6 milliseconden wil je wat doen?
no, I just want to randomly do stuff. So either
Okay.
one or the other.
In the meantime, my render is done
Cool.
for the front panel of the Snuffelaar kit.
Switch to co-host view. Oh, wow. Wow, very cool.
Yeah, so the idea behind it is that here the fern is an air purifying plant.
Yeah.
It's also a very ancient plant, and that fits the theme. And we went with a nice little vintage, like those classic biology engravings. You see in those old books from the 1920s, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe even older. And I've ordered some vintage looking screws, some brass screws with a slot instead of a Phillips head.
Yeah.
To go with this. So it's going to be a nice little vintage piece of art for your room.
Cool.
And on that note, I'll close this window and I'll get back to your board in a few seconds so we can wrap it up and maybe even just order the prototype.
Yeah.
So I'll switch back to webcam, I'll open the files, and then I'll get back on that. Let's see if we can make this ready to order tonight. Would be cool.
Yeah. It's working. So I'm randomly having one or the other. So
nice. I had aligned all the holes. Let me look at the 3D render again. See what I forgot.
So it's connecting from one grove to the other. So there's one that has two I2C buses in them.
What? No. No, we're not using the grove connectors at all.
How can we connect it to the
Oh,
board?
I have, I'll show you. Give me a second. I'll switch the KiCad again. You're using the wrong screen, my dear piece of software. That's not PCB new. Let's go to PCB new. So this is our board. So so this is one of those atom matrix blocks.
Yeah.
And here is our I2C pins,
Yeah.
which go to the next one.
Yeah.
And then I've broken that out to a grove connector.
Yeah.
So it's the same bus all around.
Yeah. And the grove connector of the core has pull-ups.
I'm not sure.
Question mark.
No, well, I've added it to the same
Oh, okay.
lines
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, yeah. So you can add them. Yeah.
We can add them if we need to. I'm not sure if we do, but we can.
Cool. Already thought about it earlier.
Yeah. I think we figured this out last time.
Yeah.
So.
And this grove is not having the power to it.
Yeah, well, it does.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I connected it with the 5-volt
yeah.
rail. As apparently is custom on grove connectors. I did not know.
Let me.
So let's make this ready to order. Let's see. I hope it captures all the dialogue, but I think this is good enough to try out. So
yeah.
Let's hit this button. The pop-up is probably not coming in. Shit. Let me see if I can share that as well, because this is important stuff. No, apparently I can't show dialog windows. I need to make a different setup for doing KiCad courses anyway. So there's a dialog here that asks me what do I want to plot, and what kind of files I want to generate.
Yeah.
I'll just do all of them and then make a nice little zip file, and we can be on our way to the PCB store. Oh, we had already done it last time as well. Yeah. But now we can. Now we're actually gonna order it, Gilles.
Yeah.
It's time.
It's time.
Let's make a zip file. Let's call it gerbers.zip. Let's remove the old one, so I don't make any mistakes.
You include all the layers?
Last
time you excluded some, I think.
I don't know. Don't remember.
Yeah, I think that whatever you didn't use is not populated, right?
Yeah, that too. Let's share another screen. That's this screen. Let's make it fit so you can actually see what I'm up to. Hey, come on, play nice. Oh, you're still not fitting. Let's see. Now it fits the screen. Okay, cool. Let's zoom out a few. I hate browsing in Windows. I miss my MacBook. Let's go to the M5 matrix folder, gerber.zip. Let's see how much they'll charge us for this crazy project.
Yeah.
We could even ask JLC on Twitter to, hey, sponsor us this board, but
Nah.
it's probably going to be cheap enough anyway.
Yeah.
So there's very little copper on this board. It's 130 by 130, 5 pieces. Would you like green, red, yellow, blue, white, or black for your board?
I don't mind.
It's it's your board. It all costs the same.
Oh, okay. I thought green was like the
Green is
basic.
the OG. Green is the OG color.
Okay. Let's go with green.
Let's go with green. Excellent choice. Let's do. Let's see how much the price difference is for leaded solder. Oh, come on, Windows. You can scale properly. It's probably illegible on your end, but I'll have a look. So currently this would cost €7.65 excluding shipping. And if we do lead free, it's €1 more. Let's do lead free.
Yeah.
You can always use leaded solder on lead free boards. It's not a problem. Let's remove the order number because it's prettier. Yeah, so I think it's ready. It has a nice preview of our board. And all the bits are on there. Yeah, so it will cost €10.14.
And we
excluding shipping.
need the grow for it and the
Yeah,
USB-C.
well, I have those parts just lying around, so
okay.
That's not a problem.
Yeah.
And the main thing you need is 16 M5 atoms.
Yeah. Well, I already have 3.
Yeah, exactly. I have 1 or 2, and for testing purposes, that's more than enough.
Yeah.
And then we'll hassle
Yeah.
the good people at M5 some more. So I'm gonna save 2 cards. Let's see. I'm not a robot. You can remember me.
So this is 1 board.
This is 5 boards actually. You can't order just the 1 day. You always order
okay.
5.
And can you?
Let's clear up my card because there's previous stuff in there. Sorry, what were you asking?
Can we make it 10?
Sure. Normally I just do the 5 for testing purposes, but we can scale up if you want.
Have some other people test as well.
Sure. Let's do 10. Let's do checkout. Let's see how much. That's my address. I didn't want in site. Well, we'll see what happens. So Fleetweg 15 is ref space. That's fine. I don't have an EOE feed text number, so I don't care. Let's put it to an individual. And let's put. No, don't need to put ref space on there. That's fine. Okay. Continue. And let's go with the Euro packet. Euro packet is the cheapest option.
Okay.
They also do the VAT declaration beforehand, so you pay a little bit more. So in total, it's €35.61, including shipping, customs, and taxes. So no surprises on that end. And that's yeah. So
cool.
Shall I hit the button?
Yeah.
Cool. Pay directly. Yes. Now let's show my credit card number on screen. Now I'll finish that up in a few seconds.
Oh yeah.
If there's like
is there like
I'll switch to my webcam and I'll fix that.
Okay.
Give me a few seconds.
Yeah. If you can hit me up with the ticky, then I'll
wire
the money.
I know where you are. That's fine. Let's enter my credit card number live on screen, and that little number on the back for control.
Yeah, that's one thing from withholding me using a GoPro with a wide angle showing my keyboard and everything on.
Yeah. I've when I started streaming, the thing I was most mindful of was shit, I need to enter passwords and stuff
Yeah,
on stream.
that's why I have a second screen, and that's why I'm using OBS instead of the Twitch sexy OBS one, because that doesn't support a second screen.
Ah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
So that's credit card details entered. And I will not use PayPal because they are assholes. And the board has been ordered.
Cool, cool.
So there are a bunch of.
This is your way of luring me to RefSpace, right?
Well, at some point we need to assemble them and
yeah.
make stuff happen.
Yeah.
And we can do the USB-C connector is a little bit challenging.
Yeah.
But I have a nice little paste stencil for it.
Cool.
If we need to, I can do it by hand easily enough, and we can do that live on stream as well. That would be cool.
Yeah.
And I can even bring my streaming setup to RefSpace so we can
do it there,
and then have a go at it.
Cool, cool.
So M5 matrix squared has been ordered. Crazy stuff. Really crazy stuff. Cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it already.
Maybe put it on Twitter that we ordered it as an incentive.
Oh, to our good friends at JLC PCB.
Yeah.
No, not JLC. The other guys. M5. Let's see if they'll fall for it. I'll make a screenshot.
They are on holiday.
Oh yeah, it's the moon something.
Mid-season something.
Yeah. My contact as well for doing the Snuffelaar kits. He was very politely asking, "Is it okay if I take my holiday?" Yes, please take your holiday.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, that man is such a hard worker.
Yeah.
But,
he saved incredible. A lot of projects.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Okay. So boards ordered. Beta proof of concept software done. What else should we do? It's 11:10.
Oh, I have a question. The MCH2021.
Yes.
You did, I don't know if you did it, but the people on RefSpace did some calibration of the device. And I've seen different. So let me
have a look at the RefSpace wiki.
Yeah, it's on the wiki.
MCH19B, that's the page. Okay, I'll send the link to the Twitch chat as well. Here you go. So people can read along. I can even share my screen now again because it's safe now. So MCH19B. So there's even an STM32 already in it, which is crazy. So what was your question?
The question is, these have a range of 1 to 2000.
Yes, ish. Well,
yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, the base level of CO2 in the atmosphere is currently at around 400, I think.
Yeah, 450. Yeah.
And it will only keep going up until we fix our economy to be a bit more green.
Yeah. Well, we're doing our best, right? The last couple of months. I heard
let's
like
kill more humans and ground more planes. That
yeah,
will
yeah,
actually fix a lot of problems.
yeah,
Yes. The MCH2021 is a CO2 sensor on the lower end of the quality spectrum.
yeah,
It uh, the way I see it, you use it for detecting trends to see, hey, CO2 is rising, hey, CO2 is dropping,
yeah,
that sort of stuff. You don't need it for, oh, I'm now at 451 instead of 452
yeah,
particles per million, which is insane anyway for CO2 measurements.
yeah.
Speaking of which, let's look at my sensor again at houseparty.local. Let's see what we're currently at because I reset the board. So yeah, I need to open a window.
Yeah.
Let's do just that. There's no cats here. I can open the second window. Let's see how fast it drops. Also, the sensor has now been running for, well, an hour now, so it will probably need a bit more time to actually center, but let's see.
Will it center automatically, or do you have to?
Yeah, it does automatic calibration, I think, but that will require you to open windows and
Yeah,
ventilate, because else it'll set its base level at your current CO2 level at some point, probably. Not sure.
yeah, yeah. I thought you need to set it outside for calibration, and
Yeah,
then
but it
use.
does it every few days, I think.
Oh, okay. Now, I thought like the code that I had for the CO2 head was a special code for calibration, and the other one,
Oh, nice.
and that there are these sequences that you can send, and you could also send stuff to start at a different level as
Yeah, you
yellows.
set your base level. Yeah.
Yeah, 2000 is like where it's getting dangerous, but if it stops at 2000, you don't know if it's like 2000 or 5000.
Yeah. Yeah, but when it reaches when you're at 1,000, 1,500, just open a window.
Yeah, so it's better than moving it
Yeah.
to a higher scale.
Yeah, when it's at 1,500, you'll start developing headaches and lack of concentration, that sort
Yeah,
of stuff anyway. So at some point, just move out of the room.
yeah, cool. And these have a limited time span, right? Or
Lifespan, yeah.
is that the particle sensor? That's
Probably both.
yeah,
But the way I'm planning this is that you use header pins. So
yeah,
in a few years, when the sensor is not performing as you want, you can just pull it out, plug
yeah,
something else in.
yeah,
Uh, or by that time, if you really enjoy it, just buy an A brand sensor. Those are expensive. Telair makes them. They're about 100 something euro each
yeah,
per sensor. But for your bedroom, for stuff that's really important to you, it doesn't really matter how much it costs, as far as I'm concerned.
yeah,
In my home office, uh, where I need to be prepared to do remote teaching, to do long work days,
yeah,
I find it totally justifiable to have a €100 sensor running. Currently, I don't. Currently, I'm using this one. But why not spend a bit more to keep you sane and safe?
yeah.
But
True.
currently, this will detect trends, which is the most important thing for me at the moment.
Yeah,
And I think the graph is already going down a bit. Yeah, it is. Cool.
yeah.
So let's point it to the last hour. That's useless. Yeah, it's slowly migrating down. I like Grafana.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah, it's going down. The current one is already a few ppm lower than it was. Feels nicer in here too with the windows open. If the noise is outside, no, there's no kids playing outside anymore anyway, so just say so and I'll close the windows again.
Yeah.
So, any update? What else do we need to talk about?
Not much really. Yeah, I want my. I got these. Oh,
Oh yeah, the M5 stack ones.
yeah. So this is the
Are
particle
they by
sensor.
M5 or?
Yeah, they're by M5. But yeah, I don't know what they did, but it was like the M5. These entire things I bought them for 25 euros with the
That's
particle.
the CO2 sensor, right, or the particles?
The particle sensor together with an M5.
What?
Yeah, that's why I bought 8. And they shipped them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So is that directly from M5 or somewhere else?
No, it's I got it from Banggood, but now they are shipping them for I think 60.
Oh wow.
I saw it and I thought, if this is the price, I'm ordering a lot.
Give
Even
it to me.
if I don't use the particle sensor, the M5
Yeah.
is more expensive than the.
Yeah, that must have been a mistake.
Yeah, but they shipped it, and I actually made some noise on Twitter as well, so they might have
Yeah, totally cool.
Yeah, so I need to wire my other sensors to this one. So drop the ESP8266 and use all the sensors that are now in the board to add them to this one.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's the reason I'm using the ESP32 instead of
Yeah.
the 8266 is mainly because the 32 can have free hardware serial ports.
Okay.
So you don't have to muck about with soft serial, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I'm using only one for the. Oh, then I'm using 2 probably. The particle sensor is probably also serial, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Which particle sensor is on there?
Yeah.
Can you put it maybe on the big screen?
Where are you?
Or maybe someone in the chat can post a link so I can just click on it and
Yeah.
that's also fine.
I think it's on the party club. PMS A003.
7003 probably.
A003.
Oh, that's a different sensor than I am using.
Okay.
Because I'm using the 7003.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Let's have a look. Okay, it's a different sensor than the one I'm using, but no idea if it's better or worse or anything. Cute. But the sensor alone on AliExpress is 13 euros or something. So yeah, you got a good deal.
Yeah, thought so. Because I bought the other one for 60.
Yeah, you got the nice M5 with the display anyway. So
yeah,
good deal.
So yeah, that's the reason that I'm not joining your project. Otherwise, I would have joined yours.
Oh, that's totally fine.
No, I really liked it because Crazy actually got me into this. He showed me the ESP and Tasmota setup, and I thought, well, I need to have this boxed and create something. So I created a pin header connection, like a flat wire connection to all the things for I2C. And
Yep.
I have a light sensor, a lightning sensor, an BMP 280 and a BME 280,
Oh, wow.
and a pair. I had sound as well. And
Holy
what?
crap. You bought this entire kit for 25?
Yeah,
That's insane. It even has the SHT20, so that's temperature and
yeah,
humidity.
yeah,
Wow. That is a nice piece of kit.
yeah,
And a little docking station for it as well. Holy
yeah.
crap. That is cool. I would not have minded buying one as well for that price. Even at for the $49, it's still a good price.
Yeah,
Well done.
yeah. So
Cool.
yeah, this is
Yeah,
like
you need to switch screens again
oh,
because I'm
sorry.
still the
Nah,
centerfold.
yeah. But yeah, the idea is to switch from the current setup that I have. I don't want to put two sensors in the house. I can simply add another power connector to this and add
Yeah,
those. That would be the simplest solution. But having this as the center point, yeah, might be
yeah,
even an idea to port Tasmota to M5 stack.
yeah. It's probably not that complicated of a protocol, right?
No, it is not, and you can build it yourself. And if you're only using your own sensors, then it might even be easier to build yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Since the Tasmota has this trick where you have the sensors module, but if you want to do, like, for instance, 9 degrees of freedom as well. So
Mm-hmm.
my idea was host 9 degrees of freedom, so you can. Am I the only one whose brain keeps inserting an I in this in Tasmota?
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
th-
So you need to recompile. Nice.
oh. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Thumbs up. Um, so you need to recompile for the other one, but it is sending a lot of data. So if you're adding sensors that will send more data than a polling sensor, then you will get like a storm of data over your network. And if you have a lot of setups, yeah, you create unnecessary data, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like measure any movement in the house, like measuring
Hmm.
earthquakes using these sensors. I saw that Vibaro, which is Vibaro, oh, Vibaro, yeah.
So,
They have this one. No, it's I think even the smoke detector, and it has like temperature in there and yeah, seismograph as well. So it will also detect if someone is trying to break into your house by breaking glass or.
yeah, nice that they're giving it the creepy all-seeing eye look.
Yeah.
But yes, you can just hook up any PIR motion sensor to an ESP
Yeah,
and have motion sensors wherever you desire.
yeah, yeah, but then not especially motion as towards someone is coming in, but is this stationary device moving? Because then something is wrong. Then we have
Ah,
like an earthquake, like to place it in
yes,
Groningen or in Limburg.
yes, yeah. So yeah, because we
But
we we in the Holland region have so many earthquakes on a yearly basis.
no, we do not. But and another
Ah, well,
thing, what Joseph was had created is using all the metal gas sensors to have like a measurement the same way you use the CO2 sensor by seeing
mhm.
the differences in levels and use those with an analog to digital converter. So fan those
Yeah,
out
that's
to I
the
squared C as well.
yeah, that's a bit more classic approach. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
So the
So this is why I
deep
love
links.
these
Yeah.
the Grafana and the sensor.
Yeah.
Um, I was developing a bit of a headache, feeling a bit
Yeah.
overheating. I opened the window and
You're feeling
now I
better.
feel fine again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool to yeah see it in figures as well. Make it
Yeah,
tangible.
yeah, exactly. The thing that I'm going to tackle maybe tomorrow is that I've also I have one of those smart electricity meters in my house,
Yeah.
and I was monitoring my power level. And apparently, at nighttime, when everything is shut down and we're sleeping, we're still consuming about 300 watts,
Okay.
which comes out to 500-600 euros per year
Yeah.
uh, for power we think we're not using. So I need to figure out what is this?
Yeah.
Well, is this part of the building? Is this the ventilation? Is this the central heating system? What is this?
Yeah.
So yeah, data is very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I would always suggest to look at things that heat up or cool down, as those are the
Yeah,
most
and
powerful.
pumps.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
a
do you have a
refrigerator.
smart meter in your house, Yillis?
Yeah, I have. And
Do you have something to tap it?
yeah, actually, I was trying to use the P1 connector and make a split in it, but it can only query once. So it needs to pull the DTR high to be able to read the signal from the smart meter. But since I'm using tone, I can just use an API call and query whatever
Yeah, you
data.
can. Yeah. About the splitting, there exists a P1 splitter
Yeah,
that's on the market, which
multiple
is
ones.
yeah. So that's really easy. But yeah, you should just be able to, with a bit of trickery, you can just listen into the packet's tone is receiving.
No, they offer an API call.
Oh, even nicer. So
Yeah,
that's easy and done.
yeah,
Yeah, I've looked into the tone thing, but as I'm not using a smart thermostat because I have my floor heating. I don't know if that's the
yeah,
proper term.
yeah,
I only have the dumb thermostat, so I don't need a smart thermostat.
yeah.
So it was a bit too expensive for me.
I was always against it. Still am a bit like it's my data and don't want to share it with others. But my wife really likes the idea of being able to watch outside the temperature or set the heating up before coming
Yeah,
home.
yeah, it
So
makes the data accessible for
yeah,
people.
it is, and it works easy. Just buy on loose. Makes it easy for people using apps on their phone to work with it. So what actually happened is I had Nodo Domotica, which was an Arduino-based domotic system on the Arduino Mega, and that accessed my smoke detectors as well, but was able to trigger them as well. And my wife has these terrible migraines. And at one point in time, I made a screw up with some software that I built, and at
Oh no, you didn't.
3 a.m. in the morning, all the smoke detectors that were not accessible because it was part of an alarm system went off all at the same time. And
Yes.
that was the moment that that I had to give in and do the tone part.
Yeah. Very, very rightly so. Yeah, we have in my house. I have about 14 linked smoke detectors.
Yeah.
The construction when when this house was built, they put in an insane amount of smoke detectors, and at some point a few years ago already, it went off in the middle of the night, and those things are incredibly loud. And the first few, probably a minute, I was just lying in my bed thinking, what is happening? That's not what you want a smoke detector to do. But so we clicked it, we shut it down, and the next day or the day after, it went off again. And I I may have yanked the device from the ceiling, the
With a
bending
broom.
one. No, I've actually stood on something and clicked it off because and then pulled out the battery, and still was making noises. And let's just say the device does not live anymore.
Was like a
I would
faulty device.
It was yeah, it was constantly doing a false positive. I'm not sure why, but
Okay.
if you're doing a false positive several times in a week, then the device needs to die.
Yeah, it's a typical end of life story here. Yeah.
Yes, yes. God.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, have we been at this for 3.5 hours already?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
This
Geeking
is what
around.
happens when
And there's
this is
still
what happens
people in the
if you,
stream. Yeah.
there's still people listening in on
Yeah.
us. No, they
Yeah.
just put us on mute
Yeah.
and go to bed.
Trying to score their points for Twitch.
I
Yeah. No, it was fun.
mean, even Crazy hasn't said anything in a while. Oh yes, wait a second. I'm misreading. He said
Yeah,
something 3
P1
minutes ago.
recipe.
So Crazy is still here.
No. He
Yeah.
fell asleep. He fell asleep. He did that before. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
that's like if you cannot go to sleep, just listen to our stream.
yeah, sure. Oh, I had that with Dave Jones, the EV blog guy,
Yeah.
video blogs.
But he's like
I,
hyped
I
up. He wakes you
oh
up.
no, I fall asleep at him.
Yeah. How?
I can't stay awake with the EV blog.
Okay.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
So what shall we do next week?
Yeah, that's too early for the board to assemble, right?
The board will probably take 2-ish weeks, depending on various. Oh, it's holiday in China. Make that free.
Yeah.
But 2 or 3 weeks, so that will take some time. Let's see. I can do some stuff if you want with soldering or KiCad or anything really.
Cool. Yeah, we can see if we can make the board to connect to the to the M5 stack to convert the sensors to like create a board that you made, but one without a particle sensor.
Like the sniffer board.
Yeah.
And adapt that. And
Yeah.
connect that to some. So yeah, yeah, that's possible. Or just make make a board, make a simple board in general.
Yeah,
That's
make a
totally
board.
fine.
It's typically the same one that you have, but without the ESP and without the particle sensor. So it will still need CO2. It will still need BMP and
Mm,
some other stuff. So I have some more sensors that I
yeah.
want to be hooked on that have some different layouts. So some need extra pins to be set on, but I have that all figured out. So
Yeah,
uh,
just we'll just have to look at the details.
yeah,
Yeah,
I,
probably. How do we say that in Dutch? Eis en wederdienen of zoiets.
yeah, day of
Not
Lente.
entirely sure. Deo Volente.
Yeah,
We'll try it next week or the week after and
yeah,
do some more PCB design stuff if you want.
yeah,
And if people, hey, everybody here in the chat, if you want something, just ask.
yeah. If you want us
Between
to
us,
do,
we have plenty of knowledge we are willing to share and have fun with.
yeah. So yeah, feel free. Like the first couple of streams, I just opened the box and asked people just point at something, and that's what we're going to do. We can still do
Yeah,
that.
at some point we'll do mailbox and people can just send us random shit and we'll open it and talk about
Oh,
it.
it's like a Hack
Like
Five, and
Christmas every week.
yeah. I still have the drone to fix.
Oh, the M5 drone.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
because
cool.
the thing Yellow was working on it together with Joseph, and
Hmm.
they can get it to fly, but they don't know what is up or down, so that makes it spin.
Yeah, that's if a drone doesn't know what's up or down, then it will be in trouble.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's plenty of ideas for next week, I
yeah,
think.
or
And
maybe
we,
do something cool with the touchscreen.
yeah, if we ever get one.
No, I the Core 2.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that, but yeah, cool, sure.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it was just out, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they just shipped it like in a day. They have like European distributors, so that was
oh,
very cool, like an international release. So they
yeah.
did
I'll
well.
send I'll send M5 a query on the e-paper one and see if they are willing to. I'm willing to pay for it, but
Yeah,
I just want it. I
yeah,
need it in my life.
yeah,
Uh, I obsessively love e-paper displays.
yeah.
So
And
having one already done with an ESP32 behind it, I have. All right, let me grab something. I might just continue with that project. I think it's in here. Let me have a look. So I have these. Does it have the board? No. No, it's not what I was looking for. So I have a bunch of these Kindle e-ink
oh
paddles.
wow,
They're
yeah,
about 10 inch
yeah.
and they're pretty high res. And I have, let's see where one is. This is an unpopulated board. I have a board by someone. I helped out a bit on the board, but most of it is his with
Yeah,
an ESP32 on it. And screaming kids. Sorry about that. They're having fun, which is good.
still at
I,
this time.
it's yes. Yes, there are different standards for what time you want to get your kids to bed, but it's also mainly families having visited other bits of their family and then
Yeah.
going back home, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So this is a little board called EPDIY, ePaper
Yeah.
DIY by Valentin Roland.
Okay.
I think it's a German guy,
Yeah.
and it's basically an ESP32, an e-ink power supply because that's a bit hard, and some other stuff on there, and then you just hook it up, and you get surprisingly fast graphics, and you could even do make it a serial terminal or other stuff with it.
Oh wow.
So I'll have a look if we
But no touch.
for no, this is just a display.
Yeah. and it was even multi-touch, I think.
The M5, yeah.
Yeah, I really,
so
really admire what they come up with. They're now printing metal stuff, or they're making gold colored for the Chinese market. That could also be the case, but it looked like metal M5 stack. So I was wondering how they do like the reception of Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, or is the screen enough open surface for?
So where is that, on the Twitter feed or
Yeah, it was
something?
on the Twitter feed.
Oh, they even got one of those walking robots. There is a lot of stuff on their Twitter feed.
Yeah. They release like every Friday. They have M5 stack. Let me put it on second screen. So.
Oh, the M5 Next. Maybe. That looks like an active cooler even. And some ducting. What a weird board.
Yeah. But this was not the one.
Why on earth?
I think that they're aiming for like the industrial market.
Yeah, but if that's an ESP32 underneath, I don't understand why you would need a fan. So it's probably not an ESP32.
Well, maybe doing FPGA stuff, or
Yeah, maybe something new is coming with a new system on a chip.
yeah.
They are really doing cool stuff.
Yeah, and they're like they're like on a pace with releasing stuff. So I'm not interested in all the stuff that they do, and this is like the market. Oh, sorry. Like in Japan, they are creating all these 3D printed appliances for mounting stuff. Oh, this one as well, like a round display.
Oh, very pretty.
Yeah, I did not see the metal one yet. So much stuff.
Yeah, well.
But I think, yeah.
That's something. That's something to try for next week. We can.
Oh, this is the touch.
Yeah, I saw that. It's pretty freaking awesome.
And fast. And no.
Yes, but if you do e-ink properly, it can be reasonably fast. For
Okay.
SHA-2017, we had it connected through SPI.
Yeah.
Which is a bit more slow. The e-paper, the big panel I'm using for my project has a parallel interface, and that can be driven pretty fast.
Okay.
You can't really do video on it, but it can be faster than the big screen can be just as fast, or maybe even faster than the SHA badge display.
Golden. No, this is just painted. This is like for the Chinese market.
Yeah, it's a nice coat of paint though.
Yeah. But I don't see any value in this.
Nah, it's just. I mean, why would you have a golden iPhone or a golden MacBook? Yeah,
I don't see any value in that as well. Yeah. They have a QR scanner as well for the Atom.
Oh, consider me interested.
Yeah. And I thought they had some CAN bus. Oh, this is like the board they were using. Core Ink. It's like a small one. So this is the stuff that they are promoted on the tour they are hosting. Oh, this was so cool as well. It's like the what's the name? Evil Socket created this thing for war driving.
Oh,
Ponagochi, but done on an M5.
oh yeah, like a bit like, yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really detest people doing those de-authing things, but
yeah,
it's nice to have something to detect, and yeah,
yeah,
looks cool.
yeah,
And they have someone who really gets industrial design, UX design somehow. It
yeah,
all looks pretty.
yeah, yeah, and it fits on a rail, so no. Yeah.
Yeah.
See what is coming. No, it is just spray painted.
Hmm.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
more sense for the reception as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think we need to call it a night, Yillis.
Yeah, we do. Thank you very much for talking me into this stream.
Yeah, sure.
I was about
If you need
to.
me, if you need me to talk you into it again, just let me know. This is not a hostile takeover.
No, but we have this click together. This works very well. So
Yeah,
we
this is fun.
yeah, this is a lot of fun. So
Cool.
thanks, Sebas, and yeah, we'll see each other soon, at least.
Yeah, and thanks to all the people who have been with us for nearly 4 hours
Yeah,
straight.
still 5 according to my restream. So kudos for you all.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, and if you need anything for the next
Yeah.
one, just let me or Yillis know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we'll try and accommodate you.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Cool.
Sebas.
Hey, hey,
Bye,
bye
all.
bye.